My name's Michael Heenan from Jack+Cottier Architects, and this is a sports building we have designed. It was delivered by this team of architects and this team of consultants. The building is located on an island in the middle of the Hawkesbury River, about 2 kilometres west of the Mooney Bridge, just north of the City of Sydney, and is accessed only by boat. The brief was for a multi-purpose sports hall to be used for indoor sports such as basketball, netball, volleyball, but also for theatre and dance performances. But the real purpose is for anyone who comes to this place to participate and to have lots of fun while doing it. By fire engineering the building and the landscaping, we were able to resist the formidable pressure from the fire authorities and the local council to position the building in the middle of the open space. We then tucked the building into the corner of the site where we wanted it. This corner has formerly been the ridge of the island before a quarrying operation had flattened it. This helped reduce the apparent scale of the building when viewed from anywhere on the site. The design direction then grew from our normal integrated and exhaustive environmental modelling, materials research and structural analysis process. But that soon gave way to a study of the wind and the rain, the flow of the water, the sound of the birds and the rustle of the leaves, and then morphed into a delightfully simple composition on the essence of shelter. The simple and direct expression in this model is clearly evident in the finished product. The building exploits the inherent properties of ply, with the shape of the building designed to unload the wind forces on this exposed site, thus reducing the weight of the structure by 30%. That was a resultant of the structural options value analysis process, and was important since the entire building, including the floor, had to be transported to the site by barge. The ply ceiling becomes the structural cross-bracing of the building, with the walls and the ceiling carrying all the wind loads of 38 metres of building to the ground. Well, almost to the ground. The structural engineer nearly had a heart attack when I said I wanted to have an uninterrupted slot between the floor and about the eye height of a 12-year-old. I love the idea that the kids are seeing beyond the building to the fantasy of our landscape, while the taller teachers are forced to be focused on the activities within. You can see here the continuous electronically controlled stainless steel ventilation slots in the floor. The amenities, which had to be accessed from outside to service the entire site, were designed as pods that would fit on the barge. They frame the entry, which is celebrated with the compression of space and the assault of colour before the surprise and explosion of the internal space. The campfire is the most important event at the site. We have used the new building to define and frame a place for that activity. During the campfire, there's an amazing transformation of the building, where a strip of lights under the lower edge of the walls appears to magically float the building off the ground. The wonderful shadows of the tree branches and leaves on the skin act like camouflage and make the building merge with the landscape. The shape of the building is a direct and overt expression of its structural thermodynamic modelling. A dozen wind turbines combine electronically with a series of floor-mounted louvers to draw air across the landscape and form a natural and significant internal ventilation system. The slope of the roof and the entire shape of the building are integral to these flows and have been generated by them. Summer heat generates convection and cooling, aided by the attachment of the prevailing winds. The wind shape generates lift, therefore suction. In winter, with the turbines and louvers closed, a heat plume forms to act like an insulation blanket. The natural thermal ventilation needed a crisp, clean interior skin, so we allowed no visible fixings, bracing, wiring or lighting. Roof water is automatically separated from the mass of leaves and branches and falls clearly and directly off the sloping glass slots into an oversized riverstone garden for natural filtering and collection to water tanks for future use. There are no traditional gutters to clean, therefore no fire risk. These simple diagrams are shown to hundreds of school children each week to show them how an environmentally sensitive building should work. On the exterior, we allowed no visible eaves, gutters, downpipes or skylights. Natural light from the roof windows, the ground level slot windows and the end walls creates an even, almost art gallery-like light. When you are on this beautiful island site, you're very aware of the presence of this building and the way it so carefully respects its place. It's an intriguing building which seems to transcend the programmatic to become a study in the frugality and elegance of shelter. Thank you.